On May 9, 2024, Real Madrid hosted Bayern Munich in the second leg of the UEFA Champions League semi-finals. Los Blancos, eager to add a 15th Champions League trophy to their storied cabinet, played with tremendous passion and energy. Despite creating numerous golden opportunities, the elusive goal kept slipping away time and again. Everything changed when substitute Joselu made his mark. The spectators at Santiago Bernabeu erupted in celebration. Two rapid-fire goals in the 88th minute and stoppage time, 90+1, brought Real Madrid back from the brink. They might have faced frustration and misfortune throughout the match, but it only took a moment for the Whites to pull their opponents from the peak to the abyss. This match was exactly that. With a 4-3 aggregate victory, Florentino Perez's team advanced to the final to face another Bundesliga side, Borussia Dortmund. This season, Los Blancos have scored 26 goals in the Champions League. Averaging their goals over the number of matches played, their rate is over 2 goals per game, specifically 2.17. Bayern Munich, their semi-final victim, despite having the talented striker Harry Kane, managed only 21 goals. That said, it's clear how well the attacking line of the Madrid capital team is playing. Heading into the season without a true number 9, Carlo Ancelotti's side faced skepticism from many. Some even questioned whether they were betting too much on the Mbappe deal. Then Joselu arrived as a stopgap solution, and the rest is history. Once again, the football world must tip its hat to the Spanish royal team. In this stellar performance, there is a name that, although rarely appearing in the media with crazy, humorous images, quietly contributes on the pitch. The answer is Antonio Rudiger, the enforcer in Real Madrid's defense. After a series of defensive maneuvers in Bayern Munich's penalty area, the star wearing number 22 made a left-footed pass to Joselu, who then blasted the ball past Manuel Neuer. It was a moment where destiny called Rudiger's name, making him the chosen one with a perfectly timed assist, helping to seal the victory in this fierce semi-final clash. Since joining Los Blancos for free in the summer of 2022, the German player has always been a reliable option, even though it took some time to establish his place. Early last season, reports suggested that coach Carlo Ancelotti still preferred the core lineup of Ferland Mendy, David Alaba, Eder Militao, and Dani Carvajal. One might have thought that coming off the bench regularly would lead Rudiger down the same path as Eden Hazard, struggling to adapt to the Spanish football environment and the Real Madrid squad. However, the tireless efforts of the German center-back have ultimately earned him a regular spot in Los Blancos' backline. It's worth noting that a surge in injuries among defenders left coach Ancelotti with limited options. This season, Eder Militao tore his ACL in the first match, while David Alaba and Nacho Fernandez faced various issues, providing Rudiger with ample playing opportunities. Seizing the moment, the German center-back quickly established himself as a reliable defensive anchor, prompting the Italian manager to change his perspective on him. After the first 15 rounds, Real Madrid not only leads the league standings, but also boasts the best defense in La Liga, conceding just 9 goals. In fact, Los Blancos have matched this defensive record only once in the past 15 seasons during the 2019-2020 campaign. Coach Ancelotti praised Rudiger as an outstanding center-back, saying, "Rudiger has the intelligence in positioning and the high concentration to become Real Madrid's perfect center-back." When it comes to Italian football, it brings to mind the defensive maestros like Franco Baresi, Alessandro Nesta, Paolo Maldini, and most notably, Fabio Cannavaro. Being recognized for his talent by coach Carlo Ancelotti, a true Italian, implies that Antonio Rudiger is an outstanding player. However, few know that he was born and raised in Neukölln, a rough area in Berlin riddled with crime. His parents, Matthias and Lily, met in the German capital after being forced to flee Sierra Leone in 1991 due to the bloody civil war there. D. Jacob, who signed Rudiger when he was 19 for Tasmania Berlin, shared about the German star's traits during his youth. At that time, I was the coach of the E1 group, which included young players aged 9 to 10. I brought Antonio into my team. Back then, he stood out for his calm demeanor and composed behavior. But on the field, it was a completely different story, as if he were another person. Antonio always sought joy. He was always present at training sessions, no matter the weather. With his agility and speed, he was one of the best in his age group. Antonio was also great at dribbling. He possessed a very strong physique and was already tall for his age. Technically, he was quite skilled and had an excellent shot. During the 2 years he played for my team, Rudiger mostly played as a forward, but he was also extremely good in other positions. Sometimes, I even used him as a goalkeeper, Jacob recalled, sharing an interesting story from the past that revealed Rudiger's kind heart. Antonio always stood up for justice. In one match, Antonio rushed to the opponent's open goal. But instead of scoring, he stopped the ball and waited for a teammate to come closer so he could pass it for him to score. That teammate had never scored a goal before, and it's my fondest memory of him. Rudiger's kind heart endeared him to coaches and teammates alike. But on the pitch, as a center back wearing the number 22, he couldn't show that side of himself. Off the field, he was humorous and approachable. But on the field, fans witnessed a beast, ready to do whatever it took to win. In this year's Champions League quarter-final first leg, not only did he lock down striker Erling Haaland, but Antonio Rudiger also made life difficult for Jack Grealish. In the video released by Movistar, the German centre-back forcefully struck the chest of Man City's number 10 in a commanding manner. Unfortunately, the former Aston Villa playmaker remained remarkably calm and acted as if nothing had happened. He treated Rudiger's sly antics as a joke and didn't bother to react. Interestingly, Rudiger had previously employed similar tactics with his former Chelsea teammate Alvaro Morata during a Madrid derby. The Atletico Madrid player immediately lost his temper when Rudiger mischievously appeared and laughed with great satisfaction. Speaking of Rudiger, we cannot overlook his strong stance against racism over the years. In his account, shared on the Players' Tribune, he recounted his journey battling adversity. "They called me the N-word. They yelled, 'Monkey, here's a banana for you.' Every time I touched the ball, they would mimic monkey sounds to insult me. It wasn't just a few individuals. A significant portion of the Lazio fans were doing this during the Derby della Capitale in 2017. This wasn't the first time I'd faced racial abuse, but it was the worst. Those people truly hated me. You could see it in their eyes. Back then, I didn't show any reaction. I didn't leave the pitch because I didn't want to give them the satisfaction and added motivation. But deep down, no matter how strong you are, as long as you have a beating heart, that day will be etched in your mind forever." Whenever something like this happens, how does the football world react? People will exclaim, "Oh my God, this is terrible." Clubs and players will post a brief message on Instagram, "End racism." Everyone acts like it's just a few idiots. There will be an investigation, but no real useful action will follow. The strongest response ever seen involving the German center back came after the match against Braga in the Champions League group stage this season. The cameras captured a scuffle involving Antonio Rudiger, prompting even head coach Carlo Ancelotti to step in and cool things down. According to reports from Cadena SER, the 31-year-old star was enraged by racist behavior from the Braga coach. Although he later denied this information on social media X, for a player known to be calm and composed, it's hard to find any other explanation in this case.